Hello everyone, my name is Nemanja Živković and today I'm using chesswithnarik.com to record this video. So let's start. In this video we will discuss about weak pawn. And here black is on the move. We will try to find the best opportunity here for black. So let's see. For example, here when you check hold position, you can see that black has a bit more space in the middle because these two improved pawns here. So pawn on e4 and d5. Also we have a bishop pair which is also very useful for us. We can maybe try to reroute this bishop in the middle because already our light square bishop is fine. If you try to play bishop to d6 somehow, also two bishops will be very strong. So let's check this position, but as I told you, today we will discuss about weak pawn, so it's important to try to find something there. If we play just some normal moves here for black, so for example, rook f7, or maybe after rook f7 we want to try to double our rooks to f8, or maybe rook to c7, just to put on the board, or maybe just rook to c7 and then a rook to c8 later. White can just simply play this move, and after that he can just solve all of his problems, because if we play rook c7 for example, he can jump knight goes to d2, and later he will try to reroute this knight to b3 and maybe to c5, and after that white will play just normal position here, because if they improve knight on c5, there is a lot of threats. They threaten our queen later, maybe our bishop, so they put a lot of pressure on bishop to e6, queen to d7, also sometimes in some endgames on pawn to b7, and this is amazing outpost for this knight on c5. So let's try to also here, if we play something like this, which is also maybe for some people also normal move, there is a trick. So rook takes f6, and this is very nice in between move, and when we collect that rook like this, they can just simply capture our bishop, and then white is winning. Also if we move our knight somewhere, for example knight here, again right now we there is no threats. They can maybe just normal develop this knight, and after that position is normal for white. Also maybe after knight there they have something like this. They can just collect that knight. When we recapture in some positions, maybe they can collect our pawn in the middle, and when we capture that knight they can just collect our bishop on g4. So we have to be very careful here. Okay, so let's check. Let's see what is a perfect move here. When we check this position a bit deeper, this pawn is a weak pawn. Why? Because white doesn't have dark square bishop, and right now also his light square bishop, we have a pawns in the light squares in the middle, on the light squares in the middle, and there is just not so much squares for that bishop. That bishop is restricted, and we will try somehow to put a bit more pressure on pawn on e3. So how to do that? Let's start. Also, when you check our position, this knight is not perfect on f6 square. Why? Because just control some pawns in the middle, and this knight is not very useful here. So what to do? Best square for that knight is f5. So this square. How to improve our knight there? So let's start with knight to g8. Knight g8, right now, no matter if they capture our rook or they just wait, they can just also normal develop his knight on d2. After that, just we improve our knight to e7. No matter what I play, right now knight goes to f5, and later what's the point here? When we improve our knight there, After that, our bishop is not very strong, so our bishop on g7 is also not perfect piece. We will try somehow to improve that bishop there. So h5 and bishop to h6. Why? Because after that we put a lot of pressure on this pawn on e3. And after that our position is much better. So right now, for example, after knight here, if they move this queen, for example, to f2, we can just move our knight in the middle, for example, knight takes pawn, and after that we can collect his queen, so this is winning for us. They have to play something something else instead of knight to b3. So right now when we play knight to e7, if they play something like this, again same thing, knight goes here, queen somewhere, and also they cannot play queen here to protect that pawn, because we can just also move our knight somewhere, and our bishop put a lot of pressure on a queen on h3. So they have to go back, and after this move just stay with our plan. So h5, no matter what they play, for example they push pawn or something like that, then we can improve our bishop on h6, and after that the position is much better for us. We put a lot of pressure on this pawn on e3, and after that in a few moves we can collect that pawn. Also in this position we can, you know, improve our rook on second rank, which is also very useful for us, and this is winning position.